You could do that back then. Now you can't.
We have spirit buses full of like.
I don't know. I ain't been in high school in a long
Well,
time, but
yeah.
I know that out Southeast Polk they don't. They apparently they don't unless something comes up. So
Yeah, we have spirit buses that'll go. We'll take cheerleaders, and if we're facing like a rival like Oskaloosa, we'll take a bus out.
okay, we took 5 or 6
Yeah.
parents of passengers, not
Yeah.
the ball team.
Yeah. Oh, what was my next question? I just had it.
Just
Just so what was homecoming like? Like, what kind of things would you do?
well, you mean as far as during the game,
Or
pre-game?
like activities? Did you guys have like school assemblies?
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bonfire?
Oh yeah, we had the big thing. It was like a week-long thing.
Week-long thing.
Yeah. You'd come in on Monday because usually homecoming would be on a Friday night, and Monday would be everybody. You'd have different days. You could wear different things. You'd have a bonfire usually Thursday night because you didn't want it to interfere with the game on Friday night. So, and like I said, it was they decorated the school. Everything was done up. It was all win-win-win. We're the best. Nobody can beat us. Big pep rallies, stuff like that.
So, did being involved in high school sports, did it make you pay attention to more professional sports or college?
Not really.
Not really?
Not that you mean. I mean, like I said, I blew out a knee, and I have looked back in the past, and thought, if I could have had probably, we didn't have what you'd call anybody for medical.
You didn't have an ambulance out on the field?
Well,
like
there was an ambulance there, but it was never, unless you really wanted the medical attention, and then you were a wuss if you did,
Yeah.
So, but it just, there wasn't any way to really follow up as far as to check it and keep it going and make it better to keep you going with it. Like I said, it got so bad I spent a lot of time in the whirlpool. I'd spend half my time in the whirlpool and half the time practicing trying to take and get my knee better, but it just got to the point where it was a pain to walk on. So at that point I decided can't do it. But I mean, I don't look at it as going, this made me not like football, because like I said, there's been time I've looked back on it and thought, if my knee had got better attention, and I'd had a little more drive or a little more support from maybe family or something like that, I could have maybe gone pro ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. When you get out there and you get to a certain point, and you go up against these guys that look bigger than you, or, you hear stories about how this guy's going to tear you a new head off, or something like that, and you go up against them and they're not as bad as they seem, you realize that it's more what you can do in your own mind than letting them project what they're going to do to you. So I was capable of blocking out if the guy was bigger than me or if the guy was smaller than me. So, like I said, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it.
But did it make you like become more interested in following a professional team or a college team?
No, not really. That's the whole thing. After that, I just kind of, I've never been one of those ones that go, oh yeah, well, so-and-so's playing this weekend, drop everything, I've got to be at the house to watch the game. No, it's just never been me.
Yeah. So, medical-wise, you didn't have to, go see a doctor and get signed off on a form to be able to play again after you got your injury? Because we have to do that now. If you get injured, sometimes you'll be required to go see the doctor or the physical therapist before you're vetted to play again.
It was kind of up to the parents back then.
Yeah.
As far as if your parents wanted you to, like I said, my parents loved me, but didn't like to see me get hurt.
Yeah.
And they weren't thrilled with me hurting my knee. But I don't know. It's just, I don't remember anybody ever, like I said, we had a guy broke a wrist one time. We had a guy broke an ankle, I think, in a game. They taped him up, and I never remember him having to get anything to sign off on as far as, yeah, you can play now because your ankle's okay. I'm sure he went to the doctor.
Yeah.
But I never remember hearing anything about anything like that then.
Um, so you said that you see sports as being kind of nicer now. Are there any other changes you've seen in sports? See more of an emphasis on it, more of a
More of an
step
emphasis
away from
on
it?
the schools making money. I know they say they don't and all this stuff, but I mean, like I said, after working for 2 universities, you know, one college I worked, they were have all kinds of problems, but yet the football they were building a brand new stadium, and 99% of it was supposed to come from alumni, but I knew people in the alumni association that said we ain't paying for it. So it's like I said, nowadays it seems like it's aimed more towards the money.
Yeah, more towards making the college franchise
Yeah,
something sellable.
yeah. So without sports, you got nothing. It seems like nowadays.
Yeah. So what's like the meaning of sports for you? Why do people play sports? What's your take on that?
When I played it, a lot of people, it was a lot of guys that I played with. It was a way of getting out their aggression. Excuse me. Nassau County is or was not a highly populated area. I lived in an area which was right on the St. Mary's River, which is the river that divided Florida from Georgia, and there was a lot of people. I'm not saying like rednecks, backwoodsy, inbred, stupid people, but you had a lot of hunters, you know, and people that liked it. They can do a lot of hunting and stuff like that. And most of the kids that I played with in football, they had aggression issues as far as, and that was the easiest way they could get it out, because they could try and rip your head off when you're fully padded, and it would start out. Some of them I know when I started playing it. Some of them I was like, these guys are scary.
Yeah.
But by the end of the season, you know, or after 3 or 4 games, you know, and you really got to know them, it seemed like once they got that aggression out, they were nicer guys. It was weird. So, but yeah, like I said, it just kind of it helped people get their aggression out back then. Like I said, I don't know now, but if they liked playing it, they enjoyed playing ball.
Yeah.
And there was always the ones, you know, they played everything. You know, they played softball, they played football. They went to 2 different practices because they were playing basketball at the same time they were playing football. You know, and there was even guys bigger than me playing in band that wanted to play football, but they were loyal to the band. So
Yeah. So you didn't have a lot of, was there a lot of movement in between sports and the arts in your school? Because I know at Pella we have quite a few people from the band who would play football and they just wouldn't be in the band on Friday nights at the games. Was it definitely separated into arts and sports?
yes, I mean, like I said, there was people when you played for the band. Our band director was Colonel Bowers, if I remember right, and he was like a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
And we had awards. I mean, they worked like clockwork.
Yeah.
And they practiced where I see bands practicing now in different places.
Yeah.
We were doing that in 76, 77. They were out there like early in the morning, you know, it's going down the band, the field's lit up because the band's playing, not because we're practicing.
Yeah.
We're off in the field in the dark practicing somewhere. Just the band got the field, so.
Yeah.
But it was definitely split. You had your people in the band, which they were supportive. You know,
Yeah.
they would do whatever they could to make the other team mess up while the game was going on. Like sit behind their goal or something. But yeah, it was definitely split as far as you had the jocks and you had the band geeks. Okay.
Okay. It's different than what I've experienced here.
Yeah.
We'd have guys go straight from football practice to band practice. Like
Right.
you would have football practice at school, but in the morning you're practicing with the band.
Yeah.
And Saturdays are always band days.
Everybody I remember when I played, it was you were either on the field with football or on the field with the band. Now